All right, let's get things started, guys. Hello, and thanks for taking the time to join this free webinar today. My name is Dale Bateman. I'm a part-time internet marketer living near Toronto, Canada. My background is in graphic design, marketing, and personal training. Plus, I've been building my online business as a part-time internet marketer for almost 4 years. Now, before I get started with today's free webinar, let me share with you what I believe is the number one mistake that most internet marketers make. And yes, this includes me, especially when they are just getting started. Because I am truly passionate about wanting to help people achieve more success in their lives, and hopefully you will learn from my mistakes. As you know, many people have had great success online. However, without even realizing it, they were creating only a short-term business model. Why? They didn't build a list. They create a multitude of products to sell online. Some are good, most are not so good. They sell them through forums, affiliates, and advertising. Maybe they make a lot of money. Most of the time they don't. Why? They didn't build a list. Some of the greatest online marketers have had pockets of success by leveraging things like Google AdSense. By implementing simple keyword strategies early on, some brought in a whopping 6-figure income. But then, Google changed the rules, and these once successful online marketers were left with almost nothing. Can you guess why? That's right. They didn't build a list. So why is a good list so important? Quite simply, a quality list will continue to pay you for your quality online content over and over and over again. It all comes down to the trust that you earn from your email list. They learn to trust you because you've taken the time to build a strong relationship with them. So, what's the best way to build a strong, loyal list? That's what we're going to be covering in this free webinar series. Now, I want to officially welcome you to this free internet marketing webinar. Let's get started. Grab a pen and some paper to make notes. Once the webinar is over, I'll open the floor for some Q&A. Right now, I'm doing high-level internet marketing and creating automated and passive sources of income online. Plus, I'm enjoying teaching people, just like you, how to do the same thing and make money online. But this time around, I'm making sure that everyone on my team is focused on building a list. Don't make the same mistakes that I made. Make sure that you take the strategies you will learn here and use them to build a strong, loyal email list. But remember, when you are successful, make certain that you take time for what's really important in your life, like spending more time with your family, or maybe doing some traveling you've always wanted to do, or being able to buy that new car you have always wanted. I mean, that's what's so great about working from home. You have the freedom to do what you want, when you want, and as much as you want. Now, let's get to building you a good list. Here's what we'll be covering tonight. This week, we're going to be talking about outsourcing your business. This is a very critical step in your online business's development, guys, that, to be honest, many people overlook. And we're going to be going over just why you need it, first of all, and then I'm going to give you some great resources that you can use to start outsourcing your online business. So an online business consists of many essential components: website design, product creation, payment processing, building sales letters, affiliate programs, and so on. How about coupling that with sales and advertising tracking? When a lot of internet marketers start out with their small home-based businesses, they have totally no idea that their businesses could grow into something that huge. One-man eBay stores grow into full-fledged online shops run by a team of dedicated salespersons. Logistics and customer support personnel as well. At the end, you can never manage every little aspect of your business when it grows to a certain extent. And that is when outsourcing comes in handy. And that's something you really have to take a look at, guys. Even if you're just getting started, you have to have, first of all, the right mindset. And part of having the right mindset is having the vision that you are going to be able to grow and build your business into something that is larger than what it is now. And in many cases, it can potentially be much, much larger. And the thing that you have to keep in mind is, and this is difficult in some cases, I know it was for me, it's difficult to realize that when it gets to that point, plain and simple, you're just not going to be able to handle everything yourself. You start to get to a point where you're wearing so many hats, if you will, that things start to suffer. Especially when you're focusing on things that aren't your strongest points. Okay, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. However, care must be taken to choose the right people to outsource your tasks, and equal detail must be paid attention to provide the best working environment for the greatest productivity. The tasks you should outsource to people are those mundane and repetitive jobs like answering emails, keeping track of stocks and sales figures, etc. This ensures that while you hand some of your responsibilities to other people, they have the least chances of, let's face it, screwing up because the jobs they are handed are easy and straightforward to do. Okay, so when you're thinking about doing some outsourcing for your business, really think about what aspects of your business you are going to outsource. Make sure that you start off, at least, with tasks that, people, first of all, that people are accustomed to doing. We're going to talk about the hiring process here in a sec, but when you're looking at all aspects of your business, there are certain things that you do really well, and that's probably why you got into the business in the first place, because you have strong skills excuse me, you have strong skills in those particular areas, and those are the things that you should still remain focused on. But there are always going to be those tasks that, like I said, are mundane, and basically anybody can do them as long as they've got a good head on their shoulders and they pay attention to what you want. So it makes a lot more sense for you to outsource those tasks to others rather than trying to do everything yourself, because you're going to end up spreading yourself too thin and you just simply will not get everything done. Now, in contrast, never let others make decisions that will greatly affect your business if you do not want to risk losing business overnight. So obviously, I want to point out here, guys, that you want to be careful that you don't let your outsourcers affect decisions that are going to harm or potentially harm your business. Think of outsourcing as having its own place in your business. You can take it to a certain level in terms of what people are able to do for you and help you with, but beyond that, it has to be your decisions that affect the day-to-day success and ultimately success or failure of your online business. While you have to hire people on wages for some jobs, such as bookkeeping, and these could be people that are in your same community, or I know some people who actually hire their kids to do some things. Maybe you've got a teenager who's really into numbers and can help you with your bookkeeping, or a college student who's your child, and they can help you out with whatever they're doing in college. Whatever it is, you could have potentially people that you hire on a wage that help you in your own situation. Now, the other thing that you can do is, once your online business gets big enough, you can start hiring online salespeople. And that's when things get really exciting, because you can have a sales force out there, wherever, doesn't matter where they are in the world, geographically, they can be generating sales for you, for your business. So it all comes in stages, and you'll find that as you progress. But you can't be focused on that too soon. There's a right time to outsource, and there's a wrong time, in my opinion. Okay, some people I find do it too soon, and they get themselves into some trouble with the money that they're spending on the outsourcing at too early of a stage of their business. Now, some jobs can also be accomplished by outsourcing them to freelancers. And that's what we're going to talk about now, is hiring freelancers to do specific tasks for your online business. And these, I put them into two categories. They're either things that you don't know how to do, and you would take too long to learn that skill, whereas you could be doing something more productive with your business, so you simply don't have the skills to do it, or things that you simply do not like doing. Okay, we all have things in our business that are quote-unquote fun jobs to do, and quote-unquote not fun jobs to do. So some of these jobs that we don't deem as being as fun or as rewarding to us certainly are the ones that we should be outsourcing to freelancers. Now, the whole thing with freelancing is you're basically hiring someone to do a specific task for you. And once that task is done, their employment with you, if you will, is finished. Now, you may come back to them with future jobs if you like their work and you like what they did for you the first time around, and that's great. But freelancers are different from people like I just spoke about. They're not people that you hire on an ongoing basis, and you don't potentially pay them a wage as a salesperson or a bookkeeper or that kind of thing. These people they come in, they do one specific task for you, and this is a task that they have a certain skill set for, and it's their specialty. So they come in, they do this specific task for you. When they're done, you pay them for their services, and they're on their way. And they probably go on to do a task, similar task for somebody else, and so on. But you can go back to your business knowing that, number one, that job is done, and number two, it's been done by somebody who knows what they're doing. So you didn't have to take time out of what you should be doing, which is trying to build your business, to try to figure out, for example, how to get a headline set up in a certain font on your website, okay? Or how to make a contact page on your website, or how to add some SEO backlinks to your website. These are the kinds of things that, they just become tedious for you as a person building their business. And if you can afford it, I really recommend you looking at some freelance help for certain tasks. Now, for example, you can get ghostwriters, and that's what they're called, ghostwriters, to write good content for your website. And you can get freelance designers to spice up your merchant site. So that's just a couple of examples. If you're the kind of person that doesn't like to write, or has trouble coming up with fresh content for your articles or your blog posts, whatever it might be, then hiring a ghostwriter is a great option, because that's the nature of what they do. They write your content for you, but they're like a ghost. They don't actually exist. They come in, they write the content, and they go away. And then you are free to use that content as though you've written it yourself. Okay? Or, a graphic designer. I do some graphic design, and have been for many years. Adding a special touch to spice up your website, your merchant site. That's a great idea. And it's something that, again, it's not within your skill set perhaps. So hiring a freelance designer to do it for you is certainly the way to go, because you'll end up with a look and feel to your website that you like, and hey, you didn't have to do any of the work, which is a bonus. Now, you do not need to hire these people, as I said, on a regular wage, because once their job is done, they do not have much follow-up work to do for your business. So they're not going to be, sitting there waiting for the next thing to come along. It may be that case, and I hope it does grow to that point for you, where you could have a ghostwriter, or even a group of ghostwriters that are set up as freelancers for you, and they could be at your beck and call at any time to write some new content for you. Or you could have a designer that's ready to create a new ebook cover for you, or spice up an e-course that you're creating. Anything like that. You can certainly keep these people in mind and have them ready when you're set to create new products and services on your site. Okay? So with that, I want to share with you some of the most popular online sources for finding good freelancers. So I've come up with a few here. And just gonna grab my browser here and pull it in. Excuse me. So the first one we're going to talk about is Odesk.com. Okay. Now these four are some of the most popular freelance hiring websites that you're going to find on the internet. Okay. So the first one is called Elance.com. Now Elance it actually works both ways, in that not only are you able to post your job, you can also, if you have specific skills that you could offer to someone, you can offer it up here as a freelancer yourself. So you can see some of the categories here. We have programmers, mobile developers, designers, writers, and marketers. And it gives you a number breakdown. At the current time, that's how many people are online, freelancers online on this site, and they're looking for jobs to do. Okay, and you see up here at the top, you can find work or find freelancers. Okay, so if you're a freelancer yourself, you have a certain skill set that you feel would be of benefit to people, then you can add yourself in here to find some work for yourself. Or if you're on the other end of it and you have an online business that you're building and you're looking for somebody with certain skills to create certain things for you and do some tasks for you, then you hit find freelancers. So you can see here that we've got some pretty big numbers. 98,000 jobs have been posted in the last 30 days and earned throughout freelance through Elance to date is quite a nice big chunk of change. So you can see the kind of volume that's going through this website. Okay, you can hire teams quickly, tackle jobs easily, and pay freelancers safely. Okay, and couple of testimonials here from people who have used the service, and of course some different companies that actually use Elance to hire freelancers for themselves. And it's got a few, so if you create an ad for yourself, this is what it could look like. Okay, when you're going through the process of, and also for you if you're looking to hire someone, it shows you where the person is from, their name, and what they do. Okay, here's Kalima. She's an illustrator and she lives in China. It's got her photo there, a little sample of her work. So it makes it easy, and then you can obviously click on these to get more detail on exactly what services these folks can offer to you, these freelancers. But that gives you a rough overview of Elance. So that's elance.com for that one. The next one we're going to talk about is Fiverr.com. Now this guy has become very popular the last little while. Just going to flip over to Fiverr.com. So make note that Fiverr is with 2 R's. Okay. Now Fiverr is a little bit more unique in that it has specific categories from gifts, graphics and design, video and animation, online marketing, writing and translation, advertising, business, programming and tech, music and audio, fun and bizarre, lifestyle, and other. Alright, so you can click through those categories and narrow it down pretty well as far as the type of service that you're looking for. And again, they've got a few what they call hand-picked gigs. That's what jobs or services are called on Fiverr.com. They're called gigs. And the great thing about Fiverr is, and as you can see as we go through some of these, this fellow here will record your webinar or convert your streaming web video from $5. All of the gigs on Fiverr.com start at $5. Okay, so you can get an article written for $5. You can get someone to check out your WordPress blog and fix any bugs in it for $5. Okay. The great thing too about Fiverr is it encourages people who've had work done by these freelancers to rate their work. So you can see the majority of the people, there's a few that aren't rated yet, but the majority of the people here have 5 stars, 5-star ratings. Okay? And from my experience, it that means a lot more to me, knowing that people who have used these folks as freelancers are that confident in their services that they've given them a top-notch rating. So the chances of me going and checking out what say this fellow here can do, because he's got 5-star rating, he's done 626 gigs, so pretty good chance I'm going to be happy with his services, because many people are, and they've shown that with their reviews. Okay, so that's Fiverr.com. Check out the categories, find somebody that will do the services for you, and go from there. And let's face it, if you're out $5 for something, that's not a huge loss. That's the way I look at Fiverr. It's not much money to get started and to see how the process works, get accustomed to working with freelancers, because you have to keep these things in mind. It's there's going to have to be some sort of a working relationship there, so you have to get ready for that and prepare yourself for that and make sure that you're having a good interaction back and forth. Okay, next up we have Odesk. Sorry, I'm a bit out of order here. I started with Elance, so just making sure that we understand. The first one I started with was elance.com. Now I've just shown you Fiverr.com here. Now we're going to switch to Odesk. Now Odesk has been around for a long time. They call themselves the world's largest online workplace. Odesk is where savvy businesses and professional freelancers go to work. So it's very similar to Elance, but like I say, Odesk has been around a lot longer. So you can hire freelancers, you can find work yourself. They show you how it works here. Who's using Odesk? Pinterest, Dropbox, Thumbtack, Unilever, and 500,000 plus more companies use Odesk to hire freelancers. Okay, so and again, they've got it broken down into categories for you: logo designers, WordPress experts, website developers, mobile app developers, SEO, article writers, translators, and personal assistants. Okay, you can break it down even further by putting in a search term here and search for a specific type of service that you need for your business. Yeah, everything is here. So it's just a matter of exploring, and what you'll find is people typically will have specific dollar figures attached to certain tasks that they can do for you. If you have something that's more specialized that you need, then certainly you can go back and forth and come up with a tell them, this is what I need to do, can you do it? They'll come back and say, yes, I can. It'll be this much money, so on and so on. Okay, so that's Odesk.com. So we've now looked at Elance, Fiverr.com, and Odesk. Final one we're going to look at is called Freelance.com. Now, this again works much the same way as the others. Now, this is a little bit different. This is something new they've added. Consultants. Find a job for your available consultants. So if you're a business and you've got people who, you know, maybe aren't as busy as they could be under your roof right now, excuse me, you can actually come in here as a business and offer up the services of members of your company, and then they come in here and they work as a freelancer, but they also have your backing in terms of what they have done for you as a company. And you can see they've got some big names here that they're dealing with as well, that use their services to hire freelancers. Okay, lots of different categories of jobs that are happening right now. Okay, so that's freelance.com. So as you can see, and you know, literally, you know, I knew about a few of those coming into this webinar, but others I just did a Google search, looked up hiring a freelancer, and you'll get tons of places. The only word of caution I would give you guys is make very sure that the person you are hiring to do your freelance outsourcing, whatever it might be, whether it's designing you a logo, fixing up your website, writing content for you, make sure that you trust them in terms of what they can do for you, and make sure in as many cases as possible that they've got a good track record. They've done good work for other people in the past, and that is documented, and chances are better that you're going to have more success with them and they're going to do a better job for you simply because they're more experienced and they understand what's necessary. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with choosing somebody that's brand new. That's how they get started, obviously. So if you're doing something that's, you know, a smaller task or something, give it a try. Give somebody brand new a try. You know, they very well, you know, obviously if they wouldn't be on these websites if they weren't confident in some way in their own skills to be able to help you. So, you know, in some cases, don't be afraid to try somebody brand new. They might have a really fresh perspective on things, especially when it comes to writing. Writing your content is something that you really want to take pride in and get some unique stuff happening, because unique content for your site, for your blog, etc., articles, that's really important. So that may be some place where you want to do some experimentation and try some different and maybe some newer people. Okay, so I hope you'll make note of those websites and give them a try when you're ready to do some outsourcing. So when your business reaches a certain extent, you will start to find it hard to keep track of everything, and that means it's time to outsource. Think of it this way. You may lose a little money to hire other people to do some of your daily tasks, but you earn more money from the increased productivity. Okay? I want to repeat that. Think of it this way. You may lose a little money to hire other people to do some of your daily tasks, and remember, these are tasks that you don't like to do or don't have the skills to do, but you actually in the long term earn more money from the increased productivity, because you're able to continue doing what you do best, which is building your business, and let these people, these freelancers, help you to, make sure that those other daily tasks that you are not equipped to do get done, and that just helps everything move forward in terms of your online business. Okay, so I hope you found that helpful, guys, and we're going to move on now to tonight's 5 ways to make money online. So each week I share with you 5 different ideas for just how to make some money online, and these may have something to do with internet marketing. Well, it all has to do with that, but I like to give you 5 different ways each week that you can try some things out and hopefully have some success with it. So we're up at number 31 now, which is video marketing. Now, has anybody heard of YouTube? Good question, right? Now, obviously, we all know about YouTube, and YouTube, being one of the biggest video streaming sites on the web, is a great way to promote your product or services. You can create YouTube video reviews of products and services and then rank the videos with your affiliate links in them. In that way, you can earn money when people buy through your affiliate link. So if you're selling a product, I'll give you an example. One of the products that I sell as an affiliate is Pure Leverage, which is an online tool suite for internet marketers. Okay, it's actually got the conference room that we're using right now for this webinar. That's part of the tool suite. It's got an autoresponder, video emails. We've just added a brand new blog that is part of the process as well, part of the tool suite, and much more. They got great support. They're actually having an event coming up too, a live event. So Pure Leverage is really an exciting thing to get involved in. Now you can become an affiliate. You can actually just grab the products and use the products. It's just $25 a month, which is dirt cheap for what you're getting. Just the autoresponder alone allows you to have up to 10,000 people on your list for $25 a month. Now that's really hard to beat. Plus you get all of the other things too. They've got great training, etc., etc. But I digress. What I'm getting at, guys, is if you're selling an affiliate product, go create a video review of that product and throw it up on YouTube. And in the description below your YouTube video, make sure you have a link that goes to your squeeze page for that affiliate product. So if people watch your video review and they like what you say, it's right there for them. They can click your link and away they go. If you've given it a favorable review and shown them all the parts of it that are beneficial for them, chances are pretty good they're gonna follow through and buy it from you. Okay, so that's number 31. Next up, 32. Create video or picture content. Now this is just simply content that you offer up. If you like to create videos or upload pictures all day, you can try making some money online from a company called Break.com. You get paid $400 for original videos and up to $2,000 for short films if your videos get selected to be placed on the home page. They also have other random contests that pay out $50 a picture. Okay, now seeing as I've got the web browser here, we're just going to switch over. And we'll go to break.com. Okay, so you can see this is their home page. So people have submitted videos here on break.com. Photos. Etc., etc. Okay, they've got different categories here: gaming, sports, bizarre and amazing, super funny, and all the animals. Okay, so that's break.com. You can create videos, upload photos, and get paid to do it. Okay, so check that out when you get a moment. Number 33, Loud Launch. Loud Launch allows bloggers to be compensated for participating in sponsorship opportunities, including paid posts, press release, distribution, etc. So this is how it works. The advertiser will create a Loud Launch campaign, which is then made available to qualified publishers. Now, bloggers and other publishers will then select campaigns they wish to participate in, after which compensation for participating in the advertising campaign is distributed to the publisher. So basically, you are promoting and advertising these specific, it could be a paid post, could be a press release, whatever it is, from these companies that have created these campaigns, and you make them available on your site as a blogger, and you get compensated for participating in the campaign. Okay, it's another way to make some money online. So remember that. Go to loudlaunch.com and you can check out all the details. Number 34. Submit websites or blog posts to social media websites. Now, a different way of looking at this is maybe just put that in here. It's also known as social media management. Okay? With the growing needs of social media marketing, there is high demand for bloggers and small businesses to submit their websites or blog posts to social media websites. This involves setting up accounts on all the social bookmarking services and then bookmarking your clients' websites or latest blog posts to help them get more traffic. So this is part of the services that I actually do, and I work with local companies in my area, small businesses, to give them a presence on social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, all the big social bookmarking, social networking sites. I help them to get the word out and continue with adding content so that they get more traffic to their website and help them build their business. So you can offer up this service yourself if you have the skill set for setting up social bookmarking, social networking sites. Okay, so you can, for instance, offer to create a small business's Facebook page for them. You do the work, you set it all up, they provide you with some content, and you post it for them. You can charge for the initial setup of the Facebook page, and then you can charge them weekly, monthly, whatever you think. Base it on the volume that you're doing for them. If they want to have a post every single day, it's going to be different costs than having one post per week, and so on. Okay, so make sure you're paid for your time. Keep track of all the posting you're doing on a regular basis, and make sure that you don't leave anything out, because that's where people sometimes get into trouble. Is they get going on these posts, and if you're not recording them on a regular basis as to what you're doing, you can shortchange yourself if you're not careful. Okay? Final one for tonight. Number 35, edit audio for others. Business owners often promote their services or products using podcasts. Therefore, there's a high demand for audio editing services. Using a simple audio studio software, you can easily offer audio editing services in return for compensation. Okay, and literally, guys, all you'd have to do is go to any of those freelancer sites, especially check out Fiverr.com for this. And if you are into audio editing, yes, there is indeed a high demand for it, because it's one of those skills that not a lot of people have, and more people are trying to promote their services and their sites and so on using podcasts. And if folks don't know how to edit them, then they're kind of stuck. So it's one of those services that really having a freelancer is almost a must, unless you go into it doing your podcasts with those specific skills. But I would say the majority of people doing podcasts do not do their audio editing themselves. Okay, so if you have that skill set, it certainly is something that's not going away anytime soon in terms of volume that people are needing. Okay, so I hope that helps, guys. If you try at least one of these strategies soon, you will see a gain in your online success. So with that, I want to thank you so much for tuning in and watching the webinar tonight. Just a couple of reminders. We run these webinars every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Each week I have a different topic for you on the subject of internet marketing. And this is number 7 in the series. We go to 10, so I've got 3 more in this series. Just a couple of other notes. You've seen it now throughout the entire presentation, in the bottom right corner. My website, buildyoursuccessonline.com. I welcome you to head over there, grab up my free report if you haven't already. That'll pop you onto my email list where you'll get regular updates from me and allow you to get even more content dealing with building your business online. Okay, so make sure you do that. I also want to mention about my Facebook group that I'd love it if you would join. It's called Frustrated Online Marketers. So just do a search for that on Facebook, and you can join up to my group, where we share content ideas, marketing ideas, all types of things. It's a great community. I've got just over 100 members right now. I'd love to add to that number, so if you haven't checked it out yet, please do so. And don't just go and join the group, get involved. Add some of your own content, add your perspective on what's happening with your online business, because chances are it'll be of some interest to other members. And it's all about helping each other out and helping each other succeed. So with that, again, thank you so much for popping in today and checking out the webinar. I will now open the floor for some Q&A, and we'll get that started right now. Thanks, guys.